2021, I was the chubbiest kid in class, and I felt like I was worse than everybody else because I had more fat on my stomach. I hid in a school hallway and stood there like head down like the awkward kid, just not to be seen by people on the school court. I was admiring these athletes in my class who you could see their abs and their bicep muscles, but I myself just had a stomach and had weird shoulders. I did not want to be seen by anybody and isolated myself because I thought I looked weird and I couldn't change. I thought I would stay forever as this chubby guy. So I'm this small chubby kid. I hate exercise and think I will forever stay the way I am. I think the athletes are just better than me. They just have the life that they can be fit. Slowly over time, I dug myself into this hole that I really thought I could change. I was faking sick not to meet people in school. I was at home 5 days of the week and lied to my mother that I was sick just because I felt like my stomach was that ugly. Then in 2023, that's where my father then introduced me to the gym. And in that time, I was beginning to lose some fat. But then with exercising, my life just became 200% better. Suddenly, I was actually proud of myself because I could stick to goals. I was now building the body that I had wanted. My stomach got flatter and flatter over time. My bicep didn't look weird anymore. You could actually see a bit of the muscle, not just the fat that was like oddly having these ripples. And that's the moment where I had realized I've just beaten my worst enemy. Like myself, with the thoughts that I thought I couldn't change from being a chubby guy, that I was destined to be fat forever. It even got to the point where I was outworking. It even got to the point where I was the fittest guy in class when I graduated. The other athletes weren't doing as much sports as me, which had previously been the chubby guy, which hated exercise. So, if you're watching this video, I can relate to you. I think the modern world is laid out to be very hostile to young guys. For example, if you just went into the supermarket, you would walk through the lanes and now you'd see like sweets left and right. There's bread, there's toast, there's the ice cream, there's all of these bakeries that you put into the oven, the pizza. And what is healthy in the supermarket? Really think about this. It's like, what? 90% of what is in the supermarket is unhealthy. 10% the chicken breast, the the fruits and vegetables, they are healthy. But the rest is quite addictive foods. Like you find yourself eating crisps and chips again and again, right? There's these, you surely have heard of Prime. Prime is this drink that Logan Paul, I think, started. And when he did that, all of these other kids were drinking this Prime, which had so much sugar in that. So now all these kids were drinking the Prime, which had so much sugar in it that if they drink it every day, they would actually get diabetes. And this is a serious problem. Like, I actually think you're not at fault for being overweight in these times. A huge factor is also how your parents raised you, like how much they tolerated of you eating. Because it's a fact that your parents will decide what you eat. And if your parents would want that you get thinner, that you're not as chubby anymore, they would just have to cook healthier. But they didn't. So, what you can do is, even if you feel resentful to your parents right now because they've let you into the soul, like, they still love you, right? They would want to see you change in a better direction. So, you could go to your mom right now and say, yeah, can I eat chicken and maybe some broccoli for the next 3 days? Because think about it, your mother actually often doesn't know what she wants to cook, what she needs to cook. So of course she gravitates to the food that is quick and easy, like the microwave pizza. Instead, you could just eat scrambled eggs. They are equally as fast and even healthier than pizza, right? You would prefer eggs over pizza even if you had in mind that you would lose weight through that. So my experience was that I had slowly begun to decrease my diet. And if you're so smart to watch this video, you've already realized the importance of diet and exercise, right? And so you've most likely turned down the crisps and chocolate already. If you haven't, please do that. It will help you a lot. Then the next point I want to get is exercise. When I wanted to lose weight, I jumped trampoline in the garden. And I hated exercise back then, keep that in mind. But I actually stuck to it for 1 week. After that, I just quit and never did it again. So, for you, what I would recommend is that you get a sport that you can actually hold, that others can hold you accountable for. Like, if you know that your friends are currently in a badminton team, like, join them. Because your friends will ask where you are. If you just did sports by yourself and you don't have built up the discipline, then sometimes you won't want to go. But if your friends ask for you, this could push you over the edge to do some exercise. The best investment in sports, I think, is a gym membership. Because gym membership is like, you can do bodybuilding, you can do cardio, you can do stretching, you have trainers. There you have trainers which have actually studied nutrition and anatomy in the best case. Like, they know what will help you. They know that if you want to reduce your fat, what you have to do. If you want to get further into losing this fat, there is a bunch of good YouTube videos out there. I would recommend the scientific stuff, not the influencer stuff I'm doing right here, because they will actually help you a bit more than just like wishy-washy advice that I'm giving to you here. So you don't want to be fat anymore. And even that you got to the point where you now think, I'm unhappy with my body, that you admit that, this takes some courage. And I actually believe that many people aren't ready to face like the truth of being unhappy with their body. They just try to be blind towards it because they don't want to have another problem. Like, that's where fat acceptance comes from. People feel as though they are not competent enough to fix their own problems with their body. But, like, you see me now. This took 4 years. I was the chubby kid that you see on some of my thumbnails. And now I'm feeling amazing. Like, I'm feeling as though I could participate in the Olympics. And imagine that it only took 4 years of doing something on the side that I actually enjoyed. So if you can get the way of enjoying the stuff you do as well, if you push through the, oh, I hate exercise, and then go into the gym, make progress, and see the progress you've made, like suddenly your biceps is bigger. Of course you want to grow it more, right? So that's where you get the motivation from. You can slowly just escalate your fitness. Like, it's the building up of kg, for example. Like, you start with 6 kg with bicep curls, then slowly you go up to 7.5, and suddenly you're at 10. Like, bench press is the same thing, and cardio, which would be good for burning fat you have at your body right now. You train your heart essentially as well. So, if you're that fit that you could, like, when's the last time you've actually ran and not gotten out of breath? For me back then, I also had asthma, but I actually believe that my asthma was just breathing wrong. Like, I was breathing into my upper chest the whole time, when actually I would have needed to breathe into my belly more. And of course, you could take as excuses, oh, I have asthma. But wouldn't it be cooler if you actually had the asthma and then went to be an athlete as well? If you actually went on to be the fittest guy in your class that can run the most miles, even if he has asthma. That would be sick, right? I believe in you. And please go forward with your plans on changing your body. Even if if there's some peasants saying that you are wrong for changing your body, which you absolutely are not. It's really good if you're watching this video right now, you're actually better than 99% of, no, I would say like 90% of chubby guys that don't want to change because they haven't faced the fact that they are chubby and fat and don't like themselves. But you've broken through that barrier. So you can be proud of yourself. And if you now go on to buy the gym membership, the best investment into yourself, this will change your life. And please go on. I believe in you. You believe in yourself now. You will, your parents are behind you, your friends are behind you. You've got this. Be the good person and keep improving. See you soon.